A man struggles for his life or encountering a mysterious stranger. Hello and welcome back to Encounters from Beyond the Veil. Water. It's life-giving and we all need it. In today's episode, a man clings to life by drowning under the water. He is saved only by the help of an angel.
For more than 20 years, Dick Lebsock of Visalia, California, has had a love affair with scale model replicas.
I'm a builder. I like to take a pile of nothing and end up with something. It takes time and patience.
Today, Dick focuses his hobby on cars and airplanes, but there was a time when boats were his favorite pastime. His prized possession, a nearly perfect hydroplane. His wife Ellen remembers.
It was a very special boat. It takes maybe as many as 100 hours. By the time it's all painted, sanded, the radio control stuff is mounted in it.
But it would be the last boat her husband ever built. For 20 years ago, on its maiden voyage, something terrifying happened. Terrifying and miraculous. It began on a cold afternoon in October 1979. Dick and his wife were meeting a friend to test the hydroplane on a pond not far from their home.
We were really excited about this. We run the engine. We knew that that was going to work. We knew that the electronics were going to be all right, but we never really knew what it would do on the water.
The pond was perfect for racing their boats. No wake, calm water. But from the beginning, something was wrong.
It was a little reluctant to take off at first. When we set it on the water, it would immediately die. Perhaps that was an idea that we should have paid more attention to at the time, but we were so excited that we just kept right on going.
Dick overlooked the brief mechanical problem, and the two men began racing their boats.
It was going across the lake from us, looked like it was not a miniature toy. It looked like you were a long ways away from a real hydroplane.
And you're not keeping up, you're not keeping up. Woo!
After the two men had cruised their boats around the pond for a while, Dick's friend brought his ashore so that Dick could have the water to himself.
Oh, it was great. I could hardly wait to open it up and see what it would actually do.
He got the hydroplane in position for the longest run across the pond, pulled the throttle, gave it the power, and
it just died. It just stopped dead in its tracks. This is not something that is good.
What's going on?
The question now was how to retrieve it from its position in the water.
This was a new boat.
What's going on with this?
So I decided that rather than to leave it out there, I would go get it. I didn't know how deep was deep in this pond. I figured that I could get to the boat, pull it back in, walk back out the same way that I came in. So I started in to the water, and it just kept getting deeper and deeper.
So where I'm watching, he's walking, suddenly he's gone. He just stepped off into this channel and went in over his head just that quick.
I fought my way back up to the surface and took one more shot at where the boat was at.
But a combination of the deep water and the heavy clothing he was wearing was dragging him down.
By that time, I realized he was in real trouble.
And it was kind of, why aren't they coming to get me? Don't they realize that something's wrong here?
But neither Ellen nor their friend knew how to swim.
And we were standing there watching him drown. There's really no way to describe how helpless and terrifying it is to stand there and watch somebody that you love dearly in that kind of danger.
Dick continued to fight his way to the surface, but he couldn't seem to get another full breath.
I guess I resigned myself at that moment. There wasn't anything I could do. I didn't have the power, I didn't have the strength to overcome the weight of my clothes, the coldness of the water.
And so he began to slowly sink to his death.
It was terrifying. I don't remember anything except extreme panic because I knew he was drowning and going, oh, please.
And as if on cue, help arrived.
I looked up and there was this young man in cut-off Levi's, and he jumped into the water and he swam to where Dick was struggling in the water.
All I know is that all of a sudden, instead of going down, I was now going up. Instead of being face first in the water, I was forcibly flipped over onto my back, and I was being towed to shore.
He grabbed him lifeguard style and swam, must have been a block, over to where we were.
Honey? Honey, are you all right?
I'm all right.
Someplace in there, it occurred to me that this young man who had saved him didn't have on anything except a pair of cut-off Levi's, and it was cold.
While Ellen ran to fetch a blanket, Dick's friend helped him to his feet. But when Ellen returned, the young man was nowhere to be seen.
We looked around, and he was gone. There wasn't anybody anywhere. It was just that quick. There weren't any kids playing. There wasn't anybody riding around. There was nothing. There were the three of us.
Who was this young man? Where had he come from? And where had he gone? Dick and Ellen are certain that he was an angel, sent down to save Dick's life.
I was going down one more time. I had no hope of getting to shore. For him to all of a sudden be there, hit the water, drag me out, you can't be touched like that and write it off as mere coincidence.
And there's one more reason why they believe that the boy who saved Dick's life that day may not have been from this earth.
It's so strange.
It's gone.
And we probably wouldn't have thought anything about it, except that when we got ready to go home, Dick's boat was laying on the ground at his feet.
When I looked down and saw that boat, it was as much of a surprise as me even being there, much less being brought out of the water by somebody that wasn't there.
Why would anyone, any human being, bother with the boat in the same instant that they were saving a life?
This kid did. This angel did. Because that's the only thing it could have been. And nobody can convince me otherwise.
Wow, what an exciting and miraculous encounter. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like and subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Until next time, I'm Brad Polk for Encounters from Beyond the Veil.